So BMW of Markham knows a thing or two about misplaced keys. They know that 1 in 5 keys that comes out of your key machine or off of your keyboard is going to go missing. They also know that for every key that gets misplaced, the average individual searching for it's going to spend 30 to 40 minutes of time. It's typically 2 to 3 individuals that are looking for a key. They also know sales managers get interrupted 8 times per day related to missing keys or missing vehicles. So if you're in sales or you're in service, think about the amount of time you get either interrupted or you have to spend searching for something. This should be easy enough to track.
So how did they do it? Well, obviously you saw the keys. I've got one of our tracking tags down here at the bottom, so when it slides in the machine, this is where it sits. So when this key comes out and it ends up somewhere, you can see the location. This guy lives around the rearview mirror of the vehicle. So throw it around the rearview mirror, and this allows you to track that vehicle anywhere it is. So when you need to find something, all you've got to do is come into the app, tap it, type in a stock, type in a VIN, type in a partial, select the vehicle. It then shows you the location of the vehicle first, and right above the map, it'll tell you the location. So for this one, it'll tell me employee lot, and I can zoom in, I can zoom out, I can move the map all around, do those normal things. And then if I jump over to that key icon, it's going to show me the location of the key and also tell me the location of the key. So this key is actually out on the lot as we speak in the B lot. But it's that easy to see the location of a vehicle and a key. For granularity's sake, understand, car-wise, I can get you within a few spots of a car. So give me a couple to the left or the right, you should be there. Key-wise, I can get you within 1 to 2 feet of the location of a key. So if you get over by one and you need to walk right up to it, there's a modar mode you can use. So what you would do is you'd see yourself as a blue dot coming up on this, and then there's a find a tag button that'll light up green. You can then select that. When you do, a white ball will appear here in the middle. As you walk closer to that tag, that white ball will move down towards the bottom. If you're walking the wrong way, it'll move into the red. It's a little bit of game in hot and cold to make sure I can get you right up to that set of keys that you're looking for. While I'm talking about that, understand, this will work for not only keys and cars, but you can connect a tag to a jump box, a golf cart. Dealer plates are a big one for guys. You name it, whatever you need to be able to track at your store that seems to grow legs and wander off, you can. Now, these guys not only track their retail units with me, they track in service as well. In service, I've got a little bit different setup. So for the vehicle, I've got a hang tag that's reusable and trackable. So all I've got to do, throw this on the rearview mirror, throw it up in the dash, right? For my keys, I've got a key tag right here with a matching number, also with a tracking tag on and a carabiner. So when you get your customer's keys, click this on the keys, throw this on the rearview mirror, put 50/50 on your RO, and now you can track the location of that vehicle if it's parked behind service. Or maybe it's of a spillover lot. And the keys, if they're in a key machine or hanging on a keyboard or in someone's pocket or locked in a tool chest, you'll be able to see the location of both.
So here we are on the desktop dashboard, and there's a couple important things I want to show you, but I'm not going to show you everything. That's what demos are for. But the first is they have 2 different networked areas that they're covering. They have their main campus that we're looking at right here, and then they have a secondary lot that they store vehicles and keys at as well. So if you have multiple locations, understand we can cover it. Now, what you're seeing right here is I have all the pins on. I'm looking at every single key that's on the campus right now. So you can imagine how you could use this at the end of a night if you wanted to make sure keys don't get left out on the lot. So in D lot right here, you got 4 sets of keys. When I go to close at the end of the night, I probably want to make sure all 4 sets of those keys make it back inside of my key track machine. So this way, you never leave another key out in a car or accidentally drop it or anything like that, because at the end of the night, you can check this. I want to know what's over at my additional lot right now. The WB lot is what they call it. I have 152 vehicles, and if you want to list, here's all 152. If you want to export this to an Excel sheet, you absolutely could. If you need to do an audit, instead of having to walk and touch every car or scan a sticker that's on the window or something outdated like that, why not just do this? Life just got a lot easier and a lot more efficient. Now, the second part to this is, hey, I've got this campus, I'm tracking all my keys and all my cars on it, but what if something leaves the campus? Then what happens? So let's talk about that. I'm going to scroll across the top here. I want you to see last sightings of inventory and last sightings of keys. The reason for that is anytime a key or a car that has a tag on it leaves the campus, it immediately starts a timer. What's cool about that is you'll know. You can come up here and go, hey, do I have any cars that have been off the campus for more than 4 hours? Well, absolutely you do. You've got 17 cars that have been off the campus for more than 4 hours. Here's a list of all 17. Here's either their stock numbers and VINs or their service tag numbers. So this way you can tell what's off the campus and check, hey, is there a reason this will be off campus? Did we loan it out? Are we getting some additional work done at a vendor or something? Or do I need to be aware of this? Same thing for keys. If I come across over to keys, they got 13 sets of keys have been off the campus for 4 to 24 hours. If I go to 24 to 72, they got 7 sets of keys. Could you set us up with custom alerts for maybe more than 1 hour or 2 hours? Absolutely. I can set up whatever staff members you want with custom alerts to let them know, hey, these cars and keys or just these keys have been off the campus for more than that amount of time. You determine. Now, not only can you see the location of a key and a vehicle, but what if we could break that down even further? What if you wanted to use this from an inventory manager or a sales manager standpoint to go, hey, can you show me anything that's 90 plus days old and where it's sitting on my lot? So if you wanted to see where those vehicles are, I can show you on your lot where they're at. Or if they were sitting over at your storage lot or your secondary lot, I can show you the vehicles that are over there as well. Maybe I'm an inventory manager and maybe I'm saying, hey, I want to get all of a certain kind of vehicle and I want to get them all together. I want to make sure they're all lined up together. Well, I could come in here over to the left side. I can then select it. So I'm going to go to all my 25 and 26. I'll specifically pick BMW and then I'll say all my 2 Series. And if I want to make sure that they're all sitting next to each other versus scattered over a lot because maybe somebody drove one to another car and then they test drove that and they all got misparked, well, instead of walking the lot with a porter and writing down misplaced cars and then going back and finding the keys and then come back and moving them all, why not just be able to pull this up and check? Hey, where are my 2 Series at? Okay, let me switch over to my 3 Series. Are they all sitting together? Or do I have a couple over here and a couple over here? I got 2 over employee parking. Why? Let's get those moved. Maybe I want to go to 4 Series, right? You can see how you could go right down the list and make sure everything is lined up together. So if you walk out there to show a car and they say, hey, do you have any others? They're all right here in this line. So this is some pretty cool tech. What if you said, hey, can you provide me a report that'll show me any vehicles with a tag on it that have just been sitting and haven't moved? So I can tell if it isn't getting worked on. All they got to do is come to this toggle right here. They can move it to 1 day and see what hasn't moved in 1 day. They can move to 2 days, see what hasn't moved in 2 days. They can go to 3 days and go, hey, I have got 4 tags over here. Tag number 18, 62, 95, and 737, right? That have not moved. They've just been sitting there. At that point, I may want to look at my RO and go, are we holding on a part? Are we waiting on approval? Why is this not getting worked on? How can you improve the efficiency of your workflow and service? This is a great way to do it. You could apply this exact same report to your recon setup. Now, for my retail users, I've got reporting options for you as well. What if you said, hey, I want to look at a test drive? Well, let's talk about that. The average vehicle is test driven for 15 to 30 minutes. That's the industry standard of what gets driven by statistics. So what if you could come in and say, I'm going to put that amount of time in and I want to pick a certain date. Now I can look at every single stock and VIN that got driven that day. So I can see what got driven. I can see what got driven multiple times. So now I can start understanding what are people driving at my store versus what are they buying? Did they, this car got driven 6 times. Did I sell it? If not, why? Is it mispriced? Is there an issue with it? Does it smell? Does it have damage? What's going on with this? Think of all the different ways you could use this report to improve your sales process. It's no coincidence that companies like Reynolds and Reynolds want to invest in us and people like KeyTrack want to partner with us. It makes a lot of sense. We solve a lot of problems in sales, service, recon, collision centers, you name it. So if your store is interested in tracking keys or tracking cars or keys and cars on the retail side or the service side, or maybe you have questions, let's set up a demo. Maybe you've got a parking structure and you want to track on different levels and where on the level, I can do that. Maybe you've got a collision center that you want to look at, I can do that. Maybe you have multiple lots that you want to track across. I have tons of guys that do that. Give me a call, give me a text, give me an email. Let's talk about your store.